Oh, dear lord, what have we gotten ourselves into, Shift?
Really don't know, Wout. Are we, do you think we're gonna be okay here?
No, we're not going to be okay, but, this is just what we've agreed to. Yeah, hi everyone! We're live here on Randomania 2. Woat here, and with me for the first time, but not the last, we have Shift 4, who some of you might remember from chat. Shift, welcome to the other side of the screen. How you doing?
Doing really well, Wout. How are you doing this wonderful evening?
I was doing fine until these two drafted. So, as y'all can see, we have two thieves, a black belt, and a black mage, because Aligerbrap and Syraniss... I don't know. I don't know what possessed them to do this to us. I think Syraniss wanted a black belt, Ali decided he wanted two thieves, and then Syraniss decided, let's bring a black mage so that we are not here all night. So, yeah.
I feel like there are going to be a lot of heal potions used.
Either that or one of them is going to forfeit. We're not sure which yet, but, I'm gonna go ahead and get this started because what else is there to say? They don't have white magic. They don't have white magic. They don't have white magic. So...
Imagine we're going to see a lot of utilization of the buy 10 button.
Alright. So, they will be kicking off shortly, and then the stream will catch up, and then we will be golden. So, yeah. Honestly,
I don't mind these parties. I think it's kind of interesting to see what's going on here.
I mean, it can be interesting. It's a very aggressive playstyle because, dear God, you can't have a defensive playstyle with this setup. And my stream immediately decided to freeze, so shift. There we go. Obviously not running into the white magic shop, because what's the point? Lit 2 and Fire 2 off the bat is not bad, though.
Seems like a good start to an early game.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you like to see those sweepers at least, at low level, but, yeah, I believe one of our trackers tonight, because we have two trackers, Avos and Darren Dries. Avos a first-timer as well. But I believe Darren Dries pulled up the seed after we rolled it, and apparently white magic is really good tonight. Shame the runners are never going to know.
Yeah, that's just horrible. Because I don't like to see trolley seeds at all.
Oh, the imps have glands.
And I am.
Oh.
The imps aren't wimps.
I mean, they'll still go down to this lit 2 on Syraniss' side. I have no idea how far behind I am from your view. But...
I think we're about the same. I think we're okay.
Alright. Yeah, but it's just one of those things where it's just like... Anytime the imps roll something like that, it's entertainment. So... while we're kind of at the slow part at the beginning, Shift, I know that I've seen you a lot in, the chats for various streams. But how long have you been following Final Fantasy Randomizer?
So, I am kind of a long-time lurker. Every time a new rando comes out, I just make it a point to kind of check it out. I don't know, I think I might have first seen it on High Spirits' stream a while back.
Alright.
It's definitely been a few months that I've been following the rando, and a very long time that I've known Final Fantasy 1, because I'm a very old person.
We all are very old people here, except for the ones who aren't, but, them whippersnappers. Yeah.
Eventually, Syraniss is going to make it in that door and fight Garland, it seems.
Yeah, but Thunderclaw does make an excellent point. Syraniss getting that thief stoned does have the advantage of being able to bring him back up whenever.
I imagine that might someday be used for a Kraken. If he wants to hold it that long.
I mean, that is the that is the one nice thing when you're in one of these what's white magic seeds. Speaking of laughter, though, that's an early key.
Yeah, we're gonna see a lot of chests opened, especially with the Toulouse-Lautrec going on tonight.
Let's see here. Ooh, an early black shirt. That's going to be handy.
That's huge.
Oh, absolutely.
That is Ice 2 all day long.
Yeah, I imagine that we are about to make a trip over to the dwarves on both runners' sides, though. That is a key item turn-in, and it is an immediate opportunity to check those chests. There is no reason not to go ahead and do it.
Because they've already got TNT is dynamite.
And Syraniss is immediately going to make a liar out of me. But that's all right.
See this play.
I mean, it makes sense. It's, you know, you go over to Provoca, and then you just kind of sail back across the inner sea, and you're already close to where you're going next, which is Elfland. If you don't find progression already.
Aaron makes a really good point in chat that, you know, this could be an adamant.
It could be an adamant. It's not, but that just means that things just got trickier.
Ah. Wow, that's an interesting
Okay,
point.
never mind. There's the adamant. Okay, so Syraniss made the correct move.
This has worked out well for Syraniss. Now that saves some back and forth.
Yeah, he can immediately take that that trip over to the dwarves and clear that all out, and then go wherever he wants because he's got a canoe, as long as where he wants to go is on this continent. Let's see, Black Magic has Brack, Ice, and Zap, which is very nice. Or Ice 2 and Zap.
This level 2 magic is pretty incredible.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. I am generally a fan of picking up Zap just because it's a good instant kill if all else fails.
It would be nice to have one of the stronger sweepers, but it's certainly a good start to the seed, and I don't think this will have any problems doing damage later in the game.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, we still have 2 more levels of magic out of what I consider to kind of be the, you know, spells that matter tier. You know, the ones you have enough shots of to actually be able to do some good with. Anyway, I was at least right in that both runners were going to do the same thing. They're just better than me, and so they chose to do the same different thing.
Yeah, they're better than I am as well. But that is a pretty low bar to set.
We already have one of the katanas.
Which seems really useful when you have thieves upon thieves.
Yeah, no, that is the nice thing about the double thief thing, is at least, you know, your ultimate weapon, you get 2. So... yeah, now Syraniss is going over to the dwarves and is probably going to be stinking rich heading to Elfland.
Yeah, they're
And well
already
supplied.
getting quite a bit.
Our tracker Avos there pointing out Ali actually did not have the cash for adamant. Fortunately, the seas provide. And if they don't provide, he's got the firepower to go, like, punch things on the Peninsula of Power for a minute.
I'm sure he will be adamant about going back and getting that before heading to the Dwarf Cave.
It is way too early to be making those kinds of puns shift. You gotta wait until people are invested so that, like, it hurts even more.
No, every line I say is a punch line.
You're gonna force me to be the straight man on this one, aren't you?
Oh, with me it's kind of going to be non-stop punishment. Some really good gear in...
Gotcha.
in Dwarf Cave, but not a lot of it that they can use.
Yeah, I was gonna say, really good gear if you brought a fighter. Oops. To answer the question, chat, of who drafted what, Syraniss brought a black belt. Ali decided, you know what? Let's do 2 thieves. And Syraniss was just like, you know what? I'm gonna bring a black mage because I want to feel happiness. And so here we are with team we can't heal ourselves.
Turns out they would have been somewhat okay without the black mage, considering this black shirt find.
Somewhat, but it's one of those things, they still would have wanted fast. And, you know, it's a coin toss whether or not your thieves are going to learn fast. Like, literally, you know, 50-50 shot that fast landed where a ninja can learn it.
Right.
But then you're committing to basically keeping both thieves up, and there are very few runners who would be willing to make that call. But, yeah. So Syraniss pulled a slab and a ruby out of the dwarves, so no progression yet because we don't have a canal. So at this point, that canal can be in 5 different places, none of which are places you want to have to go rooting around for a canal. Because with that canoe that we got from the pirates, that means we can get into Ice Cave, we can get into Volcano, and with the key that we got from the king, well, no, the key we got from the princess, I should say, that opens up Northwest Castle, the key lock chests in Temple of Fiends, and the entirety of Marsh Cave.
Wow,
so,
rings.
Oh, whoa, those are cheap.
That's not bad at all, especially with some nice gifts of early money from the seed.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna go ahead and say right now, there is no floater on the southern continent, and the canal is in one of the 3 locker rooms in Marsh Cave. Because you know what? These runners inflicted this party on us. I want to inflict something on them in return.
It only seems fair.
Yeah. But yeah, unless we find a canal or floater, well, okay, we have to find one of the 2. But until we find one of the 2, we are stuck on the southern continent still.
And Ali is taking an early grind, in part because of that adamant, but
so anyway,
this seed kind of is going to need some grinds.
Yeah, so anyway, Shift, remember when you were all like, you know, that's some good starting spells? I don't know if you caught what was in the level 3 black magic shop, but I think Bane and Nuke and Lit 3 saw any of our, like, offensive damage casting, along with Quake, Quad X, and Fire 3.
Is that all?
Just a touch, just a hair. So Darren Dries is keeping us updated, I'm assuming through seed inspection, what was in the white magic shops. So Invis 2 was at level 2, Wall and Fog 2 were at level 3 in the white mage locked slots, and Life was at level 4.
I'm still just shocked at what was in level 1 white magic that they never get to use.
And that's a loose chime in Elfland Castle. So far we have found 3 progression items, none of which we can do anything with because we're stuck in the inner sea still.
This is starting to look like my kind of seed.
I mean, I'd say it's looking
that I
like...
didn't roll this?
See, I'd say this looks like my kind of seed, but they're not... They have the on-map dash turned on, and experience is way too high for it to be one of my seeds.
That makes sense. And of course, all these key items are only going to progress that experience more. Why did they have to find that loose chime?
I mean, it's one of those things where they need the levels anyway, so I'm kind of okay with it. So, I'm going to just note that we do have a contrast in strategies between these two. Syraniss basically is completely ignoring Ali's picks and is rolling with a 2-man black belt black mage party. and he's already level 9.
Right.
Ali looks
and
like
he's got a nice boost of expedience.
Yeah. What you did there, I saw it. Yeah, but so Syraniss doing the 2-man strat, while Ali looks to be getting us the intro cinematic. Thank you, Ali.
Nice.
And that is our 4th progression item that does us no good on the inner sea.
Right.
Uh,
Spike tiles in Volcano are going to matter. I feel it.
Alright, so I'm calling the Troll Canal blocking progression, you're calling the Troll Spike tiles making life difficult.
I would like to see that.
We'll see who's right, if not both of us. But yeah, so if they can ever leave the inner sea, they can do everything right now. The only thing that they're lacking is, in terms of being able to do all the theme dungeons, is a rock. And, yeah. I think that, yeah, other than that, if they find a loot somewhere, then...
Thunder Hydras.
You know, why are the rivers never nice? Why can't we ever have a nice, friendly river in one of these seeds?
I mean, it's better than Thunder Argoyles or something.
I mean, that's just because Argoyles are terrible. But yeah, so Ali is going ahead and investigating Northwest Castle. He may go ahead and turn this into a marsh play. Because, well, he'll probably head back to his ship and sail around, because he's probably running low on magic on that Black Mage. But, I wouldn't be surprised if Ali decides to go ahead and make a marsh play. Ali is a fairly old hand with this randomizer, and marsh plays are very, familiar to people who have been running this randomizer for a while. So he may just be looking at it as, let's go ahead and deal with marsh. Now, he does have a house, so he could make the marsh play now. We'll see.
Certainly an option. I'm liking this volcano. Oh, there's a canal.
Aww. Alright, well, we can at least leave the inner sea now. So, yeah. We are 2 key items away from being able to just say, you know what? Who needs an airship? That thing is impractical anyway. We don't need it.
And the Argoyles did their job.
Yep. Alright. So...
Not exactly a ton going on for the moment, but that canal is certainly interesting to find in that volcano. If only that had been behind an annoying spike tile.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was in a fairly convenient location, but fortunately, this volcano is awful. In terms of the enemies. And yes, Asher, this was a very spicy draft.
That's one word for it.
No, I mean, that is a pretty good word for it. It was very spicy. Ali shot his shot with Double Thief, and Syraniss decided, well, I guess this is a 2-man strat now.
Yeah. Sometimes you hear about Double Thief and you say, no, never mind.
Oh, hi, RN Kilos on the fire spike tile. That's hilariously unpleasant in every conceivable way.
I don't know, that seems like fun.
Let's see, Pro Ring, a Power Pole.
An ambush.
That's for our red dragons.
Yeah.
Okay, these spike tiles, I kind of forgive Canal being convenient.
I agree. Those are not fun spike tiles. Yep, this is still gonna be death.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the question, because I wasn't looking. Did Darren back out and save that that canal? Because I don't think he did.
Yeah, Syraniss does not have the canal.
Okay. So this is gonna get interesting if he focuses too hard on getting past those red dragons to see what's in that chest, and then forgets he doesn't have that canal. All right, he does.
Because he made one restart where he decided to start walking away and then walked back. But then when he got back in, he decided to go after these red Ds again.
Well, we'll see what happens. But
oh, and they're eating nukes and ice twos and
yeah, because the thing about dragons in Final Fantasy 1 is their M defense is what's the phrase I'm looking for here? Stupidly high.
And these ones are extra chunky.
They look to be about average chunky. It looked like Syraniss was able to do about 300 damage, and I think red dragons hover somewhere in the 200 to 300 range by default. But okay, Syraniss does remember that he didn't grab the canal, or didn't save the canal. Unfortunately, Volcano is terrible.
Needs some more expedience.
Yeah.
Did actually reset out of a 2P'd fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Peds can be very good for experience, but sometimes they can just be rude. Now, fortunately for Syraniss, he does have several houses, and like I guessed, Ali is making a play for Marsh. Now, in this flag set, Marsh is not incentivized, so he is basically gambling that one of the loose items landed here, and more importantly, his opponent is going to avoid Marsh like the plague because...
It's Marsh.
Yeah, basically, because no one likes Marsh.
Hashtag never Marsh.
I mean, I'm hashtag never Marsh unless never Marsh except no, totally Marsh. I don't know. It's one of those things. I'm willing to make a Marsh dive early before like a lot of other places early. Just because once you do kind of have the resources to deal with like, well, never mind.
Gargoyles. I don't think you have any resources to deal with Quad X gargoyles.
Well, yeah, you do. You have cheap pro rings in Canaria.
That's true.
Like,
I don't think Ali has the resources to deal with Quad X gargoyles.
This is more accurate. But yeah, no, it is one of those things like, now all you need is a pro ring and those things have no power over you. Because Quad X...
They don't ruin it again.
But yeah.
I think the only marsh I'm ever okay with is the one in South Park.
Let's see. So Syraniss has almost made it back to the canal chest, and I think the levels he picked up in the caldera should be sufficient to get him to canal and back out. I do not believe we've seen warp yet, so he is going to have to walk this out. And oh hey, speak of a pro ring, and it shall appear.
Hooray! Now the gargoyles can't ruin his day with Quad X, but maybe with something else. What is this?
He put the pro ring on his black mage, and oh!
Oh, that's not nice at all.
That's Waters with Lit 3 as their first action. That's terrifying!
That is not a very fair spike tile.
It's not even the spike tile that's the problem. We're going to see that in two of the worst places in the game to see it.
True. That's true as well.
Because yeah, like Avos is pointing out in chat, this is an incentive C seed. Oh, but yeah, no, I would personally be dreading Water Floor a lot more than I'd be dreading Sea Shrine. All right, Syraniss has finally managed to get that canal walked out. Or almost walked out. Okay, he got it out. Wait. Okay, he's got it out. That Sphinx is not going to manage to wipe the party at this point. But yeah. So,
Oh, I mean, they have Ruby. Something
yeah, no.
with the canal.
Syraniss is done with Volcano for now.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't want to be diving that volcano either. I can't imagine trying to fight through all of that for more of the items when you know there's only one loose left.
I'm really hoping that Ali didn't forget that Marsh isn't incentivized. Because he is trying really hard to get to this chest. And yeah, JLo pointing out in chat, that Ruby does immediately open 2 more key items. So, who wants to see a vanilla rod and then loot and titans?
I know I want to see that. I mean...
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of love Go mode without the floater.
I would definitely join you on this train.
Actually, wait, it wouldn't be Go mode. I forgot we still need a cube.
We're getting there, though.
Yeah, but the thing is there are 3 locations with the opportunity to get us the cube without needing a floater. So, but the downside to not getting the floater, we wouldn't be getting a tail.
Alright, so I mean, Warp is on level 5.
Is this even randomized?
I don't even know.
I mean, it is, because Warp's learnable in the slot that's learnable by Black Mages and Wizards.
It's only French vanilla.
Yeah. So, it is time to have a conversation with the good doctor. Eventually. Hopefully.
These waters are not... that I don't... wasn't just that...
Syraniss not stopping to talk to Dr. Oon. Hopefully he remembers to do that. Oh, apparently if you survive the lit 3s, you still have to contend with stone poison.
Yeah, that's what I was noticing a moment ago, as he made it to the tile again, and at an even worse time.
I probably should have brought a snack. We're gonna be here for a little while.
I don't know. I mean, we have Nuke. At some point, there'll be a grindable tile. Can't be long, right?
You have... I mean, yeah, we do 3 tile checks in Earth Cave. But
I'm trying to be optimistic here.
Yeah, like, the only good thing about this dive is Ali knows to fear the Sea Shrine now. Syraniss is gonna have to learn that in a little while.
There's your cube that you were talking about.
Okay, so we just need a rod and a loot, and we can just ignore the rest of the game.
Alright, I'm on this team. I'm rooting for it.
Ali remembering where the spike tile is, and doesn't quite get it, but that's alright.
Oh.
Oh, those are both spike tiles. I always forget the spike tile layout in locked rooms. But yeah.
These are interesting spike tiles. They're not terrible, but they're not, you know, They're not grindable.
The Tyro's singing a sweet lullaby to us. That's nice. Tyros are friends in this seed. And there is our loot! And a ribbon! We are 30 minutes in, and literally, as soon as we find the rod, we have everything finished the seed except levels and gear.
I'd love to see that happen before Floater.
Well, we have 3 places that Syraniss can check. Ordeals, Waterfall, and Sea Shrine. So we'll see if he decides, you know what? I got 3 chances to just be able to ignore literally everything and just go. Which he can...
He makes that choice.
I mean, he can do that. He has a black belt. All he needs is to find somewhere to grind and, you know, maybe find, like, a gold bracelet for that... Oh, no, he has a black shirt! No, he can't put it on. So yeah, he needs to find a gold bracelet for that black mage. He already has a ribbon. Right at the black belt and go. Well, no, because we don't have... If he doesn't have an airship, he can't go turn in the tail. Like, if he just decides... like, okay, if he finds the rod and just decides, you know what? Forget the airship. He's gonna just want to grab a gold bracelet for the black mage, pop that ribbon on it, and go grind up that black belt. Maybe throw a pro ring on the black mage for insurance, and call it a day.
Yeah, that's about all that's needed, and he's got a pro ring, so...
Yeah, so...
He's got that part figured out.
We'll see what he decides to do from here, but it is one of those things, like, he has an option right now to do something ridiculous, and I'm kind of hoping he goes all in on it. In any case, Ali has apparently gotten everything he possibly could want out of this marsh cave, and he is getting the hell out.
Yeah, and everything you could want is not a lot.
Yeah. I mean, he has knowledge, and that knowledge is at least going to help him prepare for Sea Shrine. Because, like, he at least knows, you know what? I don't want to spend too much time in Sea Shrine. I don't want to see any more waters for the rest of this seed.
Not that bad. What are you worrying about?
They're just not very ice.
I agree.
You know, I mean, I'm just speaking personally, I'd be happy if we bumped in Steam. But that just might be my biases clouding my vision.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
The dirt on where the rod is right now. We can progress.
Yeah. So it looks like Syraniss is going to go ahead and do the Ordeals play. This is almost certainly going to lead to him going to on-rack and hitting Sea and Waterfall up. So
Yeah, that certainly seems to make sense.
Folks, there's nothing I can do to keep these at bay.
I'm sorry. I have to remain a pillar of the pun community.
Well, you've been harboring a lot of these for a long time, it sounds like.
You're just gonna have to deal with this ordeal.
Well, I'll brook with none of it.
Meanwhile, we have a maze, which isn't amazing. And that's another fun spike tile.
Yep. At the very least, you know, we'll get to watch Syraniss ponder how to get through. Alright, he has made it out of the pillar maze, and we're going to find out what's on the nightmare tile now. Oh! Our Hydras. Yeah, he's gonna take this. Our Hydras usually kind of blast down with a little bit of firepower. And that's some good eating right there, XP-wise.
Absolutely. I would be very happy to see more of these.
And he is going to go ahead and get more.
These are the spikes you want to fall on. This isn't Mega Man.
I do think he's
Volcano
going
is
to
Mega
leave...
Man.
Yeah, he's probably only going to take a few of these fights, because he is going to need to leave via the throne. And, you know, if he winds up taking a whack to whatever's on that spike tile, it's going to be very upsetting.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be happy with that at all. That would be a tale to tell.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things, if that incentive chest is something good, then, I mean, he's gonna come back here and he'll just be like a zombie having to drag on.
Yeah, he'd really get thrown for a loop if there's a bad spike tile there.
Yeah, it'd be something of a nightmare.
Really would.
Well, he's still a
Sorry,
step
I don't want to
closer.
keep talking about it until my throat goes hoarse or anything.
Well,
Until my voice
I
goes
mean,
hoarse.
he'll be close to his golem soon enough.
There is the tail.
Yeah, and he got a second
Well, it
pro
truly will
ring
be a
out of
tale to
that.
tell.
Yeah, he did get a second pro ring out of here too, so it's one of those things where, like, if he winds up, you know, putting anything on that black belt aside from sheer fury, he'll be in good shape. And yeah, Life Reboot, it's Ordeals, Titans, and C are all incentive, and I believe Ice Cave as well. So, and yeah, we just kind of walked out of there with the side B of the Grimp Imp. So, because yeah, for folks who are unaware, all punning aside for a moment. So the way that Final Fantasy has its encounters set up, each encounter has essentially an A and a B side, and so essentially, like, basically encounter data is very heavily compressed. And so each byte represents 2 encounters. So what we've done in terms of how spike tiles work is each spike tile is a randomly selected B-side encounter. So normally that means that they're generally pretty rough. But some of the early game encounters have fairly gentle B-sides. So in the case of Ordeals, we got off easy.
I don't know. I mean, there have been some good B-sides in music history, but not as many in Final Fantasy.
I mean, yeah, you do have... yeah, I mean, you do have, I think it's Abbey Road's side B. That one's solid, but in this case, like... I mean, yeah, in terms of good B-sides, the 3-Eye Grind is always a good B-side.
If I found that, I'd be beside myself.
So we're back to this.
Never left.
We did! We did!
We've
I
seen
said
the runners leave some places. I mean...
I said we were setting them aside for a moment. That technically means we left them. And you know I'm right.
Okay. Okay. I'll accept it.
Yeah, I'm not trying to shut you down or anything.
I mean... I'm not a robot.
Yeah.
I have to make a pun once in a while.
We probably should have Marcy on these viewers, though.
Should.
I do appreciate, incidentally, that I'm not the only person who thinks of the robot from Final Fantasy Adventure. Marcy was a good companion. She was heavily armed, restored your MP, and was willing to throw you when she needed to.
To be honest, if we're talking about robots from other games, I'm a bigger fan of Lux from the 7th Saga.
That's not a bad one either. And then everyone loves the robots from Final Fantasy.
And I'm sorry, Syraniss, you cannot use a house here in the waterfall.
I don't see why not. Just because this room is populated with an endless supply of horrifying monsters right in front of the door doesn't mean you can't just camp out here. And we're gonna have to make a visit back to Elfland, possibly. That being said, that white shirt is a really good pickup, because that's the only way we're gonna pick up evasion here, unless we find a, whatchamacallit, a defense sword somewhere.
That's a huge find, honestly.
Yeah, that is going to... Oh, hold on. Allie's about to find the There we go.
Allie got past them right away. Decided to run.
And he got 5,000 GP for that trouble. Syraniss tried to get to that chest how many times? I think 3 or 4.
Yeah, 4 attempts at that chest and just got ambushed every single time.
I hope that... I don't know if we should or shouldn't tell him what he spent so much time trying to get. I think I'll just let... I'll probably forget anyway, so... Hi, Syraniss, watching the VOD right now. Hopefully that doesn't tilt you too bad to know that you waste all of that time for nothing. It probably would have tilted you worse to find out after the fact, but, you know, it is what it is. Also, it looks like Allie has now also gone to the 2-man strat. Possibly because he couldn't keep the thieves alive without white magic.
Too many enemies with area of effect spells.
Yeah.
What's going on? I think all the people that are unable to find any sort of sanitary product are probably jealous right now, because there are so many wipes.
Okay, that was a good one. I will give you that one. Allie does at least find the canal. But is still in the process of learning how awful Volcano is.
Right. So, the canal was found, it just wasn't kept.
Well, he's going to do the same thing Syraniss did. He is going... Oh! Syraniss is about to find out all about the waters! Now, he does at least have a ribbon from Titans, so he can get out of this. The only problem is that he's going to have to go to get in and out of Mermaid's side with just a black belt.
Right. At least it's a black belt with a reasonable AoE spell. You can do some mass damage with a black shirt.
You can. Well, he hits the Gar Sharks, and that is the point where it's just like, you know what? Let's get a do-over here.
Maybe the next time those waters are encountered, they will be taken very seriously.
He should be. Actually, this may work out for him, because he's taking a slightly different step route and getting a completely different problem.
See if this ends up being an actual problem, but...
Well, they're unrunnable, so they're automatically a problem, because you have to, like, actually fight them.
Which I guess is annoying when you're trying to play fast.
Yeah. I mean, the big problem with unrunnable fights in general is just, like, you know, the potential for them to just take some damage off of you. They may not be a threat, but they're still generally a pain. Alright, he gets that water fight without losing his black mage. He should be in good shape. That black mage saved real hard.
Yeah. That black mage is, moves the ribbon over. Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it makes sense, because the black mage should be able to... Alright, yeah, that step route he took on the first floor meant he avoided that Gershark fight, and he can just... I think he's got the levels on this party to be able to just warp right on out of here. So, he'll be in good shape. And it looks like Ali made the same decision that Syraniss did and said, you know what? Hi, go mode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was going to interrupt you there, but I wanted to let you go because you were so happy about this idea.
Yeah, no, Ali took the same thought process that Syraniss did of, you know what? Forget Volcano. I'm taking my canal and I'm leaving.
And speaking of Defense Sword, there it is.
Okay, you know what? We just need levels. That's it. We have all of the gear we need to... Well, okay. We might still want the power bonk, but not that badly. We have temper. I don't think we have fast, but...
No.
But you know what? Forget it. Just level that black belt. Call it a day.
Much. That's all it's going to take at this point. With that defense sword, you're ready to get cracking.
I mean, if nothing else, it means you can dodge a bullet or two.
Do you an incentive to stay here?
It's a tough call. I feel like on the one hand, you're gonna lose time coming back here later, especially if you just decide, you know what? Floater is probably an ice. Like, alright. Okay, now Syraniss is gonna go back in. What he may do is go hunting for spike tiles on Kraken's side. And try to find one that he can just, step on and off without worrying about random encounters. Because we know the random encounters down here are awful.
Yeah, they're not very fun at all. There's unrunnable ones, there's these waters that are just miserable. And we know that there's a good spike tile in Ordeals, but do you want to go all the way back to Ordeals without a floater?
I mean, if you're going to do it, this is kind of the time you would do it, because it's not a bad trip from Onbrack to Ordeals.
Right. This might be the time to do it. Do you make that play?
You're not wrong. I probably would, just because I know there's enough nastiness down here that, yeah, I probably can find a just as good spike tile on Sharknado floor, but getting there may take more time than I'd lose making the round trip. And yeah, Ali has made it out of the inner sea, so he's going to begin the slow process of realizing that, you know what, we don't need no stinking airships.
Yeah, and it is certainly a slow process. There's so many just horrible fights in this seed.
Yeah, now, the main thing that might slow Ali down is if he decides, let's go see what's in Earth Cave. I mean, he made the marsh play already, so it's not out of the cards for him to go, you know what, let's stick our head in Earth and see what we can see.
I think we're lucky that the cube was the earlier find of the progression rather than the rod, because that would give more reasons to maybe consider going to Earth.
Yeah.
But not a huge difference. I mean, it's still...
I mean, the bright side is, what is there left to go on the Undead in Earth Cave? We've seen enough horrible things already.
That is true.
Alright, Syraniss not even bothering to check the spike tiles. He is just going to get out of here and presumably go hunt somewhere else for his let's grind up and go.
Yeah. We'll see what this well, we might see what the Kraken looks like. I guess not.
Oh wow, that's awful.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have softs.
Isn't it all? This is going to be hard,
Well,
since there is no
okay.
soft.
Okay, he does have Brack, and he does have Bane, and he does have Quad X. This is not impossible. It's difficult, and it's challenging, but it is not impossible.
Yeah. It's just a matter of winning enough die rolls. It's not too bad. Sword makes it possible.
Yeah. Like, he could just go all in on the Brack strats, or he could drop a couple defenses on this Black Mage, and then lean into the Brack strats.
He did move the defense to the Black Mage, so...
Yeah, so he's probably going to... Yeah, he's going to defense up right away. Wins
Won
that
the first
turn.
die roll. So huge.
Mm-hmm. Alright, yeah, he's just going to go all in on the Bracks.
I'm for Bracken the Kraken.
And fortunately, that's second level, so he's got plenty of shots at this 1 in 25 chance. Not that it's going very well.
Oh. What is going well is the Maxed Aid.
Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, he just nukes Kraken down and then busts out that Quad X, which looks like what he is switching to.
Yeah. There were no successful times of Bracken the Kraken today.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter.
I guess we'll see if it happens on Ali's side.
Yeah, and Ali might have a little more luck. Well, at this point, he should be able to just Quad X Kraken and be done with it.
Just what you want. No experience on your black belt, right?
I mean, considering that this Black Mage is very likely either going to hike to the Oasis, or else sail halfway around the world. Oh, never mind, we do have softs in Onrak. And
Onrak is friendly today.
But yeah, that is also our first orb lit at about the 50-minute mark. That's nice.
On either side, with our other runner not even particularly close to one.
He'll get there eventually. Ali is basically following the exact same path that Syraniss did, so he'll get there in the near future.
Indeed. And with extra knowledge to boot.
Yeah. He's not going to have to learn the hard lesson about the walls. And he actually has a ribbon now, so that'll be nice for him.
Definitely, quite a spicy seed so far.
Yeah, alright. So I think what Syraniss is going to do for the experience side of things is he is heading straight to Mirage. Also known as the Tower of the Walking Grom. So, and he's got enough houses. He could also just, like, do some poking around in the desert and see if he can find, like, a T-Rex tile.
And, I mean, he does have everything he needs to kind of go wherever he wants.
Yeah, so he is going to basically feast here a little bit, potentially. Yeah, alright, so he is going to look around the desert and see what other encounters are hiding out off of a power cycle. Or he's going to look around, decide there's nothing worth fighting, and just charge up the tower.
Oh, Vampire Ambush, that's what you want to see. At least they just cast Wall a bunch.
It's mildly inconvenient if you just want to fire 3 of them down. And, yeah. I mean, granted, you do have nukes, so those walls are not actually a problem for you. Oh, Syraniss forgot to actually re-equip his black belt.
Everything had been given to the Black Mage.
Yeah, who, you know, was the hero. And
True.
Allie is now getting the good news that, oh yeah, by the way, our hydras are delicious.
Yum. Seafood for dinner tonight, boys.
Mm-hmm. And the black belt gets eaten up by mummies. And yeah, Syraniss probably is going to want to step outside and use another cabin after he does that.
Yeah, Syraniss is ready to run home to Mummy.
You just had to chime in with that one, didn't you?
I was only lying to you. The idea that I would stop making puns was just a mirage.
You're gonna force me to desert this stream by the end of it.
I'm gonna bring you to the Tiamat.
Are you declaring war mech against me?
No. I will let the seed declare war mech. I wouldn't dare step on its toes for that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anyone's ready for a pun war of the century.
Yeah, that is not exactly what people want to hear.
Yeah, if we keep this up, they're gonna naga us about it.
Probably true. I don't know, it would kind of be fire.
You know, I'm wondering if the fact we keep doing this makes us bad men.
Kind of does, but I mean, who's here to guard against us? There aren't any sentries running around or anything, right?
Ha! I win. I already used Sentry. Boom.
Yeah, but that was like a century ago.
I even used it in that form. Come on. You can't just reuse material that quickly.
Tell me how to do my comedy. Come on.
I'm just saying you can't Hydra from the truth.
All right. You sharked me.
Yeah. Now, Syraniss is not bothering to look in anything right now. He has pretty much all of the gear that he can get without digging out a floater, which he ain't doing that. That floater is probably an ice cave at the Elf Prince, and both of those things are on the other side of the world. Like, he might check the Elf Prince just to see if it's, like, the Opal or the Power Bonk, but that is the extent, I suspect, of him doing any more incentive location checks.
Agreed. He's ready to rock. He's got great equipment. I think maybe one gold bracelet away from ideal.
Nah, because here's the thing, is he's eventually just going to take... Yeah, the Opal Bracelet, I could see him, wanting to dig out. The Power Bonk, I can see him wanting to dig out, but honestly, if he doesn't have either of them, he'll still be in great shape, just, leveling that black belt way up.
Exactly. That's all you really need to do at this point. He's ready to man mode.
Yeah. So...
I'm so sad to see this vanilla sky. I love it when there are mazes and barriers and such.
Oh yeah, no, Sky Maze is my favorite variation on this. Just because I like mazes, I'll be honest. I am that guy who likes mazes in video games.
Yeah, well, I'm that guy part 2. Maybe we really are Wote and other Wote tonight.
I'm beginning to suspect that, and that worries me.
Guess I'll have to be warrior of the nose.
I'm fine. Yeah, Syraniss is going to go ahead. What?
I got you with that one, huh?
A little bit. Yeah, Syraniss is going to go ahead and take out these slimes because that is like 10,000 XP.
Yeah, that was a ton.
Yeah, and Ali having a much easier time getting down to Murray. He's going to pick up a little bit of time on Syraniss here. And if he can keep that black belt upright through Kraken, he's going to pick up a little more time.
Oh, he's definitely got a little bit of catching up going on.
Yeah. So, let's see here. Syraniss crossing the Bridge of Destiny. I guess I should have called for Bless RNG.
Yeah, we kind of missed our chance to ask for Warmech.
Well, maybe we'll see something on Ali's side, but... Alright, so Syraniss at this point, his black belt is in a good position to deal with any grind tile that we find. Tiamat is not long for this world.
Oh.
Yeah.
Our vanilla fiends are going down pretty quickly. We'll see if Topher has anything interesting.
No, Topher's going to be miserable. Like, we have seen something that's going to be present on just about every floor that's going to be...
But what terrible unrunnables have we seen?
I mean... Okay, fair. We haven't really seen too much in the way of unrunnables. We also haven't been to Earth. Or Ice Cave. Like, there is plenty of room in this seed for bad things to happen.
Bad things haven't happened already.
Okay, I'm just gonna point out, we are an hour in and one runner is already in go mode and save a grind.
I guess that's true.
Yeah,
it could be a lot worse.
Yeah, like, it's one of those things, there has been adversity, but, like, in terms of horrible seeds, this isn't even crack the top 20. Yet.
No. The only reason it's even as hard as it is because they self-inflicted.
Yeah, that's
with this
true.
Team.
If you played the seed with a white mage or even a red mage, you probably would have someone able to clear the sucker in probably an hour 15.
This is not a hard seed. It's funny to see some of the things that are happening because of this team.
Well, actually, I may be overestimating that, because we are doing a lot of sailing, and we haven't really seen... Like, the best sword we've seen is a defense. So...
And we saw a katana.
Yeah, but we haven't... Like, you have to go dig out the floater. Like, at this point, unless the Elf Prince hands it to us right now, you know, we're not going to necessarily, like, someone with a white mage would still be bumping into the whole, like, travel time thing. The main thing you would save time on is not having to reset. And, yeah, floater is vanilla.
Fetch quest into fetch quest, anyone?
So we're not going to see a power bonk, and we're not going to see a noble bracelet, because those, along with the Thor hammer... Well, actually, okay. We might see one of those, because that means one of our pieces of equipment is our other loose item. And then the other two are lying at the end of the floater fetch quest routes with floater and ice cave. So yeah, so either Lefane or the Fairy has the crystal. And okay, so we either have a crown leading to a crystal or crystal leading to a crown, or we have crown and crystal that are floater locked leading to the piece of equipment. Point being, yeah, this is a floater completely optional seed.
Very true. Also, notice that the Cobras are lit. Ready to party. That moment when you check the spike tile and immediately just, nope.
Yeah, no, that was a Hydra followed by cockatrices and mummies. That is not worth the trouble. But yeah, you can
That's
see...
not what he's looking for.
Yeah, so he's got one more check here, and then we'll see... Oh! Yeah, I know.
What are you doing?
Yeah. Okay, so, we're not grinding in Earth today. That's a thing that's not happening.
What do you say to the god of Earth?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Sorry, trying to make a very thin Game of Thrones reference.
Yeah, I know. I was going to completely ignore that and come up with something else, and it was just like, huh, I can't actually think of any specifically Earth deities off the top of my head. I guess I'm just a terrible polytheist.
Well, I wouldn't be able to tell you. My agnosticism destroys that idea.
Well,
I can't think of gods.
well, whatever. We'll just have to stick to more Moondone. Okay, that one was a reach. I'll just own that one. That one was that I tried too hard with that one. Anyway, Ali's picked up his herb and his white shirts. Oh, but apparently
that one was nowhere near the pinnacle.
On the other hand, Ali's black belt is going to have to walk out of this water because his black mage is dead.
Yeah. Let's see if his black belt is good at water walking.
Huh? Well, in the meantime, Syraniss is going to punch his way straight through this. Not even checking the vanilla root chest. This is kind of hilarious.
Yeah. He's done. He's just done. He's ready to move on.
Yeah, nah, at this point, he is I don't blame him. Like, his biggest hurdle right now is he needs to find somewhere for that black belt to punch things. Until that black belt can punch all the things.
But I mean, we haven't seen any that are particularly friendly except that one in Ordeals.
Yeah, and I mean, it's one of those things that might have to be... That's not really the play, though, because we have, like... Alright. Maybe if we had an airship, I could see making the attempt on that location in Ordeals. Just because, yeah, it's a bit of a hike, but, you know, it's easy enough to get back to Temple of Fiends after that. Whereas...
I mean, where else are you going, right?
Yeah, that's the thing, is I feel like the only other option is maybe hope that Agamatile has something good. Because those are your choices. It's Agamatile or bust.
Truly is.
Darren Dries does point out that we do also have the red D tile. Those are basically our only two options, but the problem with the red D tile is you run the risk of getting into an encounter in Volcano, and as we established about half an hour ago, Volcano is awful.
Yeah, Volcano is miserable.
What did we see in Temple of Fiends? I thought you said earlier that we spiked. But, alright, Ali does manage to get his solo black belt out of Waterfall, and I think may have actually picked up a good bit of ground in terms of black belt level on Syraniss. Just has to
It is getting closer. It's just... oof.
Yeah, it basically, I think what this is going to come down partially is how these two strategize their grinding this black belt, and whether or not one of them takes a gamble that a 32 black belt will be sufficient and it pays off.
That kind of is what it comes down to, is how you're gonna prepare for this Topher and what it's really going to have. Is it going to be friendly today?
Well, we already know it's not. Water floor is going to be pink. We've got lobsters that seem to have some rudeness to them. We've got the waters. And those two alone are enough to make waterfall floor a problem in Topher. The vampires could pose an issue on air floor just because there's no convenient way to deal with them with that first turn wall. And they travel in big enough packs to where you're going to waste time punching. And if they have any other tricks up their sleeve, that's going to be an issue. Volcano floor can pull out some rude tricks, I feel like. Well, fire floor, I mean. And earth floor, earth didn't seem to have anything too bad. Germaduces might be packing a punch, and earth elementals might be bad, but... Oh, yeah, Asher. Floater not required this seed. Ali is about to find his rod, sea, and everything else was in ship locations. Floater should be in... Floater is an ice rock, is an ice cave. So...
Even
or
the
loose.
Canal, I mean, was very friendly.
Yeah, actually, I guess the floater could still be loose now that I think about it.
What did we... Right, we haven't seen any of the incentivized gear, so...
Yeah, no, we found the chime loose in Elfland Castle, so we still have one loose. It could be any of the gear, it could be the floater, actually. I didn't even think about the fact that floater could be loose somewhere. But, considering we literally have access to everything, floater could literally be anywhere. So, you know what? It's not worth it.
I mean, it couldn't literally be anywhere. It has to be in a chest, right?
Well, because we found the vendor item, yes. But, yeah, outside of that, Floater doesn't really have any, like... Okay. The only places Floater could be, or couldn't be, are the Cardia Island and the vendor item in Gaia. Literally the only, like, item locations that Floater absolutely locks. Well, yeah, Darren, we're saying, like, okay, yeah, Slab Turn is the other location Floater cannot be. And Fairy, I guess. So, there's like 16 item locations in the entire game that are valid for key items to land in, where Floater could be at this point. And that's it. Literally, and I mean, even if you count for Topher, that's 23 locations, give or take, that Floater cannot be in, out of the entire game.
It's all over the place. There's something loose out there.
And Syraniss has decided that it is time for his vengeance upon the Red Dragons. Maybe.
I think I like this play, actually. We're talking about those red hydras, but dragons aren't that bad.
I mean,
hit really hard, but that's it.
Yeah, he's also getting to the point where he really needs to think about pulling that gear off of that black belt.
It's been a hard choice, I think, because he's stuck with the ribbon on the black belt for quite a while.
Yeah, well, he's getting up to the point where his M defense is, you know, it's not a ribbon replacement, but it's good enough to deal with most of the crap that he's worried about. And, like, the bigger threat that he's seeing in this volcano is hitting. So...
Yeah, I mean, he's winning the majority of die rolls against things. You're getting 4 MDef a level, that's huge.
Yeah. So, we may see him go back and punch Red Bees more once he gets a little more experience on that black belt. But for the moment... Alright, so he's gonna check a few of these greed chests on the way down, it looks like. Which I don't hate this plan.
Agreed. If you find it now, you're pretty close, and it's gonna be a speed up.
Yeah. Ooh, that Zeus Gauntlet actually is a nice find. Because that gives his black belt access to all 3 sweeper spells. And, yeah. So Agamas are going to be a pain in the butt on Fire Floor, it looks like, because they can take a lot of hits.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, by that time, he'll be One Punch Man, I think. He's 3 levels from 32.
I mean, the problem with the problem with Agamas in Topher is they come in packs. And that is a free ribbon.
Yeah. So much for considering who has to wear the ribbon when they both can.
Yeah, that's really nice. So...
Interesting,
right, so...
interesting spike tile.
This almost would work if it were how hard they're hitting, but even then...
I don't know. This might be it. This is a pretty good one.
Yeah, like, that's the thing, is this is kind of... This is the best grind tile Yeah, no, he is stripping that Black Mage down and putting him in the front. Syraniss has decided... This... okay, this is fine. Because he knows that the only value in Volcano is that one Zeus Gauntlet and the ribbon that's in this room chest.
Yeah, so even if something goes horrible, which, I mean, he has a very high level black belt at this point. Maybe it doesn't go horrible.
Just for the VOD's sake, Syraniss, up and down, up and down. You don't want to draw encounters on this floor. You go up and down and just walk between the 2 spike tiles. Come on, man. I know you know better. But yeah, so... Yeah, like, it's one of those things, gambling that the rock golems aren't going to pull out something terrible. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, you figured it out.
Yeah, I'm guessing he just had a little bit of a there, but... Yeah, unless the rock golems have something really nasty, hiding in their script. I mean, they're hitting like trucks right now, which isn't great, but so is Syraniss.
This is challenging. It's a matter of,
Well, the problem is he's gonna have to... Do you take
this versus do you take those red dragons that are, much safer because they're on a much closer floor to the ground?
Yeah, it's one of those things like... yeah, he just had to burn 20 heal potions to get his health back up, but... Let's see, gold bracelets are what? 24 absorb?
I think it's time.
Yeah, I think he needs to get that armor off, because he doesn't need the protections of the ribbon, and I think his... Yeah, he's doing it. Yeah, his absorb's good enough now. Like, his absorb's better off not wearing anything.
Exactly. And now his 1 gold bracelet eventually goes to the Black Mage, maybe?
Yeah, no, he's gonna bring the Black Mage back up for Topher.
Yeah. Lasts.
Yeah. Alright, he's gonna go to 42. If he is... Because he's not gonna do any more grinding, so he's gonna take this to 42 if he's not stopping 42.
While Ali is getting pretty close to cracking over here.
Alright, so it looks like Ali is having the reverse of Syranniss's... oh, that's bad.
Yeah, Ali's having a bit of a not like this moment.
Well, he's at least... He's having the opposite of Syranniss's E-Shrine, where it's the black belt who's staying on his feet to go deal with Kraken. But he gets through it, and is going to pick up level 25. So, okay, so Syraniss picked up a couple extra levels in the black belt, and then ran out of heal potions. So, he may go ahead and attempt Topher with a level 32 black belt and see what happens. And Allie is
In
actually
between.
not in a bad position experience-wise. Oh yeah, no, Carrie didn't stand a chance to get that black belt, so...
Allie's just a few levels behind. It's just a couple of orbs as well, which is the big problem.
Well, it's one of those things, he'll get those orbs relatively... once he kind of punches his way through everything in his path. So, we'll see what Syraniss is thinking. If he heads back to Elfland or Black Mage, then he's ready to go. But he's going to Crescent, so I think he's going to restock on heal potions and head back to Volcano to get that 42.
And he'll probably just fight dragons this time, I'm sure.
We'll see. Because those dragons definitely are packing more punch than bringing the thief back up. He may be waiting.
Strange.
Well, no, it makes sense. He's probably going to want to head. No, he's going to go ahead and hang enough levels on the thieves to where they can survive enough attacks to get away from things. And yeah, to like Darren's saying, to give them enough levels to where like they might absorb 2 hits instead of 1 as meat shields. Which, if you can absorb 1 hit and live, you're a much better meat shield without white magic. And yeah, those
the main
thieves.
thing is that bringing up the one that was stoned. That's the one where it's a call either way, call one way or the other.
Ah, okay. He left his ship. So what is he thinking? Because he could have just like, it would have probably been faster to... Well, nah, it's probably faster to run back to the boat and sail all the way around the than take those rivers, because we know the rivers are a little bit rude.
They are, but I mean, he might not even be going to that grind right now.
Yeah, he's going somewhere, and I don't know where he's going.
He's just gonna try a dive.
Interesting that he brought the thieves up in Crescent instead of bringing them up here in area.
Maybe he wanted to have his black mage up right away for any problem encounters on the way, because we've seen a couple of like pretty bad ones on the sea.
Yeah, he may have been thinking like if he bumped into any good encounters, he could get a little experience on his thieves, but Syraniss? Oh! Yeah, he's going to go grind on tiles. Well, maybe not.
Here we go.
Okay, yeah, he was checking he was checking the tile, and then he's running from the worm.
I think he doesn't want the levels on the thieves.
Yeah, okay, so he just has the thieves up. Reasons.
See any anything particularly frightening from Carrie's attacks, maybe? Maybe he wants one to meet Shield Carrie and another one to meet Shield Kraken?
Well, we wouldn't have any intel on those.
Right.
Alright, I'm assuming Shift is going to go take that phone. But in the meantime, yeah.
No, it was an alarm, I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. Yeah, okay, so I think what Syraniss is doing, basically just... You got those thieves up to maybe draw fire, while still keeping them alive, while having them in case he wants to just, you know, throw one in front for the theme fights like you're saying, but... I don't know.
It's interesting.
It's an interesting play.
With this, I would have at least kept the one stoned.
Oh! Gurmaduses have stun touch! This is not great. He does get his Fire 3 off first, so that's good. Yeah, I do have to agree with you as well. Like, if you're not going to get levels on these thieves, then having the 1 stone is it would be better just to carry with you to Chaos.
Maybe not Chaos. I mean, you could maybe do Kraken. It's a close call as to which you're...
Yeah,
The thing about
ahead.
using it for Kraken is you know that Kraken's big problem is the physical attacks, whereas Chaos might have other things that are scarier.
Well, anyway, we are here at Speed Bump version 2.0, and he's dead. No! Wow, Lich actually survived that attack.
Yeah.
Lich demanded
Chucky.
minor amounts of respect today.
I mean, it didn't do anything scary with its turn, so...
I said minor amounts of respect. I am acknowledging.
Gotcha.
Oh, those Agama are unrunnable.
They are, and didn't they have something frightening? Something
No, they
worrisome?
just had a lot of HP.
Right.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where, like...
Yeah, spend a while punching these, please.
And they killed the thief. I feel like he may have wanted to throw that silver bracelet he had on the thief just for... Okay. Floater's loose. Ali just found an opal bracelet in ice, and I think just realized that he's technically in go mode. But yeah.
That's... Taking a nice look at the menu for a bit is a good
That
indicator
is
of that.
that is a loose floater in a non-floater required seed.
That's a hilarious seed.
It really is.
I wish I were playing instead of talking.
I mean, it's one of those things, even... yeah.
Yeah, this is a pretty spicy seed.
Ali found the 3-eye grind. If,
That could be huge. That could,
yeah.
I mean, if there's a ripened Topher.
Yeah, if Syraniss needs to go to 42, in order to get through this Topher, Ali still has a lot to do, but it's one of those things where, like, yeah, he's definitely gonna need a little from, Topher to get through this, but, it looks like he's getting that right now. I didn't see what stunned Syraniss, but... a lobster with dazzle, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Pretty unlucky, but...
Yeah. Well, the real problem here is it's forcing him to burn these nuke charges.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, we knew going into this that water floor was going to be the problem.
Absolutely. Especially if there are waters who go first.
Yeah.
Wondering, does he have both ribbons equipped right now, or is he
No.
just relying on the normal MDEF?
No. At this point, he needs that absorb, and he's got enough MDEF on that black belt to where, like, most of the things he'd be worried about, he at least has a pretty good chance of surviving.
Because I might... Oh, he does have them both equipped. Okay. Good. Because I might have done that just for the water floor, just because the waters have stone poison.
Ah, true. I did forget they have stone poison.
It is a nuclear kraken.
Beautiful.
That's 6 hits for 136 damage.
Okay, so we are dealing with a beefy. This could pose a problem.
Wow.
Oh.
Just got there. That was quite the Kraken, too.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Or a little chunkier, that would be
so
terrifying.
The biggest problem Syraniss has right now is he needs Tiamat to go easy on his HP.
He's running out of heals.
Mm-hmm. Which is the other advantage of the two-man strat when you don't have white magic. You actually can conserve your HP. So yeah, he's going straight to evasion strats.
I like this idea. We don't know how giant that Tiamat is going to be.
Yeah, and at the very least, Tiamat does not seem to have much in the way of absorb, so that's about 500 damage on her right there.
Oh.
And the bright side is the black belt saved, it looked like.
We're making it through, but it's One Punch Man time.
Mm-hmm. So the problem is, if Chaos has anything in terms of absorb or evade, Syraniss is in a bit of a pickle.
Indeed. Oh, gosh. That's a big hit.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Alright, we have a wipe. It's a game.
Yeah, so... Yeah, and that's...
Yes, Syraniss is of the opinion that he actually had fairly good luck, or fairly bad luck, through most of Topher, because he's trying to go through it again at this level.
Well, alright, he knows...
Be worried he's behind.
He knows what the Kraken's got now. And he knows the Kraken doesn't have a lot of HP, so he may be thinking, you know, I can conserve some resources by just blasting Kraken and going pure offense. The Tiamat, I think, wound up looking like it had about 800 HP, so he may just be thinking, if I don't waste time trying to defend myself, I know that nuke's coming from Tia 2, so I could probably blast through her in that round I spent defending myself.
Right. No defense or white shirt strats on Tiamat.
Yeah, and Darren Dries does bring up a good point in chat, too. He has no way of knowing that Ali decided to dive Marsh Cave and lost 20 minutes.
He just found out about nuke frost wolves.
Oh! Oh!
That doesn't seem fair. That doesn't make any sense. Like, isn't that hypocritical? They're not supposed to have nuke.
I mean, yeah, but, alright, Ali not even checking the Agma tile. I have a feeling if he's going to grind, he's going to go all the way back to Ice Cave. Which, I cannot blame him. It's a bit of a time loss on map move, but, that's the best grind tile, bar none. Oh, unrunnable, Chimera fight.
Just what you want to see, right?
I mean, kind of. Those are usually not too bad. One thing I'm wondering is, you know, well, actually, it does make sense. Syraniss doesn't have any room for his casting items in his gear at this point. On that Black Mage. Yeah, honestly, JLo, I'm surprised that Ali didn't just go, you know what? I'm gonna park here and hit things for a while when he found that, but he may be choosing to do, well, okay, now he's going to provoke he may be planning to go back to Ice Cave and do that grind now.
Yeah. The other problem is that there's a lot of the areas where Ali just hasn't seen it yet.
Well, so
it's not the right timing.
Alright, so Ali is going to probably go ahead and do air. Well, no, he's going the wrong... Well, no, he's going the right way. So yeah, Ali's probably about to sail to air. Get
It's a
that...
trick I'd like to learn. How to sail in air.
I said 2. I know I said 2.
Even sailing through air would be pretty impressive, right?
Well, whatever. Point being, yeah, Al's gonna go ahead and hit the sky, it looks like. I'll be surprised if he opens a single box in here. And then he'll probably make his decision on what to do about grinding from there. Because Ali, I think, is more likely to just say, you know what? My opponent hasn't done yet, and I see how the seed could have played out. I am going to go ahead and do 42 and see what happens. Syraniss does at least avoid that stun touch this time, it looks like.
Right.
And is going to get some tasty Gurmadusa XP for his trouble.
Every single one of those hits is just like clenching.
And as soon as I say that, he gets into another Gurmadusa fight, but gets away from it. Already down to 60 heals. Ugh. Ugh.
At least Lich isn't doing any harm this time.
Yeah. I mean, you know what they say about old wizards? They don't die, they just fade away.
Exactly. You just got nuked down by One Punch Man.
Yeah, a little bit of aggravation on the fire floor, though.
Hello, I will have you know, I am a white caster.
Boo! Boo! Boo!
Why are you saying the name of Syraniss' Black Mage over and over?
I'm cheering for him. I mean, you saw that. You saw what he did on Kraken's floor. Like that, you know, that mage deserves some kudos. He is a hero.
I was saying Boo Earns.
Alright, Syraniss about halfway through water floor, gets the strike first on that aggravating fight. And
this has been a fairly friendly seafloor.
Yeah, like he has
this fight.
Yeah, the dice gods have shown him mercy this go round.
So far, it's looking like the redive might work.
Yeah,
he needs to outspeed this Kraken right now.
And yeah, like I said, he is going straight to the offensive because he knows this Kraken will go down in a couple of rounds. Turn order did not help him there. He's gonna have to heal up. But
Out of potions
I think
again,
he can get
but
through
not
that
as
Tiamat.
badly as last time.
Yeah, well, the big thing here is he needs to burn that before she can get her nuke off.
Agreed. If Tiamat goes down quickly, we might be looking at a clear. But we still don't know all of what Chaos has.
Yeah, like that's the big thing, is we don't know how beefy Chaos is, and we don't know what else he's going to pull out. Oh, unrunnable Iron Goal. An unrunnable Iron Goal that's made of paper. Like, that was an Iron Goal with less than 250 HP.
That's not very iron-like.
I mean, it's kind of like
Going
the
straight
iron
for
they
the
used for the
offense.
Titanic. Yeah, no. Tiamat has about 800 HP, I think, from what we saw last time. So,
Sounds about right.
yeah, he should be able to punch her, to beat her down in a couple of rounds, maybe 3.
There she goes. Black Mage lives.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was the correct call from what he saw last time. Probably the main reason he decided to go ahead and do this re-dodge. Because he knew he could get through that Tia.
think you're exactly right.
All right, so here's the moment of truth.
What does chaos look like?
No shift. Wrong Final Fantasy. This is not a whose butt are we going to kick tonight situation.
I like that in the Final Fantasy IV randomizers.
Yeah, no, everyone loves it, but... Okay, so Chaos hits like a truck. But fortunately doesn't hit a lot.
582. 818. At 1023 on Chaos. Who is going to win this one? The Black Belt or the Chaos?
Well, Chaos isn't...
1403.
Yeah, Chaos isn't doing anything except fruitlessly trying to hit the Black Belt, so I think Syraniss is going to be fine, and he is.
He is 1,870 damage total to take down Chaos.
All right, so that is a first place finish at 1 hour, 38 minutes, and 45 seconds. And I've seen those GGs in chat already, so I'm not going to bother calling for them. So,
GG's to Syraniss. Taking the risky play to redive that Topher has worked out well.
Alright. So, Syraniss is probably going to join us here in a few, and we'll take it from there. But in the meantime, Ali has finished up his air dive. Yeah, and Ali has not forfeit, so...
Ali's still going. Tiamat 1 beefier than Tiamat 2? It was.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it was. Also, hi, Syraniss.
So.
Hello. Oh, I'm sweating here.
Yeah, now, I'll go ahead and let you know you didn't have to worry as much as you think you did. Ali decided to make a marsh play early.
Was there anything there?
Yeah, the water Naga fight on the wizard spike tile that he attempted about 4 times.
And I'm aware of what the waters had. Yeah, no, that would have been painful.
Uh-huh.
There was some misery down in the marsh.
And I think no value. So, for the record...
to be a misery mire today.
So, alright, where do you think Floater was, Syraniss?
Well, I'm guessing not Marsh based on that conversation, so I'm gonna guess Sky.
We have no idea. The oval bracelet was in the incentive chest in Ice.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't gonna go check Ice once I saw I was in go mode.
Mm-hmm.
I was comfortable doing floater lists since I wasn't gonna promote.
Yeah, no, Floater is loose somewhere in the world, and we have absolutely no idea where.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I really liked seeing Nuke out of those Frost Wolves, too.
On Topher Dive number 2.
Yeah, that was unpleasant. You never want to see that first spell on something that comes in packs like that.
Yeah, let's see. Other things that you probably would be interested to know about. Y'all picked a awful seed to not have white magic.
Oh, did
Cure
we go
for...
on White Magic Shop and show us?
No, Darren Dries went and looked. Cure 4, Life 2, and Heal 3 were all level 1. Invis 2 was at level 2. Wall and Fog 2 were at White Mage Lock level 3, and then Life and Soft were at level 4.
Yeah, no, I was really thrown a curveball with the 2 thieves. I was not expecting that.
None of us were. Why would you, like... I mean, it's one of those things. Ali probably would have benefited from the, White Mage, in some of these spots, but, yeah.
The 2 thieves might as well have been 2 nuns. so hopefully he doesn't make a habit of it.
Yeah, and I mean, they were basically nuns to me. I brought them up in the end to help with running, and I was hoping they'd be bodies against Kraken, but they never made it that far.
Yeah, it was one of those things when you brought up, like, probably you should have kept one of them stoned if you weren't going to, like, hang some levels on them to give them a little bit of beefiness for Tober.
That would have been a wise choice, yes.
Yeah, but other than that, you know, considering what you got handed, you ran the seed very well. That decision to just go immediately to two-man strats definitely did you a lot of favors. Ali's thieves have a bit more XP on them. Like, he did keep them up for a good long while before going to two-man with the Black Belt Black Mage, and honestly, it didn't cost him too much in terms of level gain. I think his Black Belt's currently somewhere around 27 or 28.
I think it managed to get higher than that in the bit of conversation that we had, but I mean, Syraniss, every choice you made kind of paid dividends.
They did today for the most part. Volcano was a little nasty. I probably took that Fire Dragon tile a few more times than I should have. I was hoping the ambush was a fluke.
Do you want to know what you would have found if you gotten through it? Because Ali did manage to get through that fight, and by that I mean ran away from it.
I did get back. I went back there when I did my actual volcano dive because I took the fight a couple times.
Ah, you did. That's right. I completely forgot about that. So you did get to see
it was worth it.
8,000 GP.
Yeah, congrats on your 5,100 gold.
I was swimming in gold. I had considered selling the katana early on, but I was like, well, I might find the floater and promote. And then by the time I decided that that wasn't happening, I was already swimming in money.
Yeah. Ali did find the 3-eye grind at the undead tile in Ice Cave, by the way.
So there was a reason to go to Ice Cave.
Yeah, it's one of those things. He probably isn't going to go back there because kind of doing a walking grind has gotten him most of the levels he's probably looking for on that black belt, but we'll see. He knows he lost a lot of time to Mark Cave. So he may opt to just kind of roll with it.
You were saying that we wouldn't really see anything.
Play was early that he didn't use the canoe.
All right, there was a little bit of crosstalk there. What was that?
I was just saying, I'm guessing the marsh play came early, that he didn't want to use the canoe right away for Volcano or Ice.
No, well, what he did is he did the same thing you did. He went straight to Provoca and got, all of the goods there. It's just that when he went to Dwarves, he did so by parking his ship at Northwest Castle, running up to Dwarves, and then heading down to Elfland before heading to Marsh. So he just kind of worked the continent by sections rather than kind of going for density. And it's one of those, yeah, it is one of those things like in these spring tournament flag sets, the Marsh Gamble is definitely a play you can go for. Because I'd say there's about half the field that's willing to make that Marsh Gamble, and about half the field that's #NeverMarsh. So, if you know your opponent isn't going to do Marsh Cave, at least, you're comfortable attempting Marsh Cave early. It can pay off if Marsh has value. It's just today, the only value in Marsh was finding out extremely early that waters are awful.
And we've seen seeds where it was double loose marsh, and suddenly that marsh play is looking phenomenal. This is definitely not one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you go back and watch the VOD, by the way, you're going to hear worrying about you getting the canal in Volcano after you took, the 4 wipes to the red dragons.
Wait, what? No.
Well, you got the canal, and then you took a wipe to the red Ds, and then you just started going straight for them. And so there was a little bit of concern in my head of, is he going to remember he didn't actually save that canal?
Gotcha. Yeah, no. It was definitely in my mind that if everything failed here in Volcano, I would get that canal and go use my Ruby.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's one of those things like, you know, I figured that, like, in the end you did, so. But I have seen people make that mistake where they get tunnel vision in a particular spot and then forget, oh yeah, I still need to go grab the loose item that I didn't save because of the thing that tilted me. So
That would have felt really bad.
well, I mean, fortunately for you, you would have very quickly wound up back at Volcano. Just because, like, your options were Ice Cave or Marsh Cave if you didn't remember to grab the canal. Like, it wouldn't have been a massive time loss. What it probably would have just done is, like, kind of evened out Allie's adventures in Marsh Cave.
From that point, after those wipes, I mean, everything kind of worked, right? Was there any consideration in going for the 42 black belt?
There was. I probably would have taken the grind a bit longer than I did against the stone golems if I had had more potions, but I was running out. And so I double-checked the spike tile and Toph before entering Topher, hoping for something there. Without the airship, unfortunately, going and looking for a grind tile is painful.
We were talking about that for a long time. You found that one in Ordeals that looked okay, and then nothing for a while. So
yeah, I particularly like the
that
Kraken fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say that hero mode with Black Mage was one I really appreciated.
Yeah,
it was nice to see. That defense sword served you well.
it really did. I mean, Chaos was thankfully very punchy. I noticed that the first time, so I was like, if I can just get to him and get the defenses off, I should have them.
Yeah,
I think the knowledge of that first dive it did so much for you on that second dive, because you changed your strategy completely against Kraken and against Tiamat and against Chaos.
Yeah, I saw that they had both rolled relatively low HP and they both had nuke. So my new goal was to kill them before they could get the nuke off.
Yeah, and that was the thing I noticed, was just like you went in guns and fists ablazing, and it paid off. So yeah, no, that you took the correct approach to fights, essentially going, you know what? I can win this game of who can hit harder and keep my Black Mage alive long enough to do something useful. I mean, it turned out that he didn't, but he could have done something useful.
He did. He took that hit from Chaos, and that gave me the one more turn I needed to get my defense charges up.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Finding that defense sword was kind of this hidden MVP.
Absolutely. That's certainly one of the linchpins that made me say, okay, I don't have to go all the way to 42.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember
Certainly
where
a
that.
really tough call.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where that defense was, because Ali also found it, so it was somewhere that wasn't too bad. Oh, right, it was in Ordeals, wasn't it?
I don't think I was thinking it was in
It was in C.
C Shrine.
Okay. Thank you, Darren. I didn't see it written down, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I want to say it was in the Sharknado floor.
No, it was in Mermaids.
Oh, well then, yeah, then everyone would have got it.
Yeah. So, either way, yeah, no, you played the seed very well. Did Ali already lose his? Yeah, Ali already lost his Black Mage. All right, he is officially in an information dive then.
Oh, and it's interesting. He went at exactly the same level of 35. Both of you went in between your key points.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, we don't have the airship, so actually sailing around looking for a grind tile that's going to be a time.
The stun touch got to him, though, so, sneaking suspicion, Ali is about to reset. Maybe. He might be able to get through the round.
And you can sit there for a while.
Yeah.
Even the
yeah.
even the vanilla route with the manipulation sits there stunned for like 4 turns from crawls.
Yeah, but that's the manipulation. The rules don't apply.
By chance, did we find the masa anywhere?
Nope.
It.
No, like this, you guys opting to bring the black belt was actually the best choice you made in this seed.
You're probably right. Otherwise, we'd have been hunting up that floater most likely, because I don't remember. I didn't see a sun sword. We couldn't wield the defense. Didn't see the masa.
The best.
It would have been an ice sword.
Yeah, that was the best sword y'all found in terms of what you killed without finding that float. It was not going to be a very good time if you didn't have a black belt.
Who knows? Maybe you would have found the masa when you were doing your searches for the loose floater.
I mean, statistically, you were probably going to find it. I think we did the math, and it was like there were only 23 chests in the entire game that the floater couldn't possibly have been in.
I'm guessing that we both orphaned all of Sky.
Yeah, basically. I think, Ali did check the 4 green chests on Sky 3, but that was the only difference. And I think he came up with Buckus.
It was quite a spicy seed that you guys got to play today.
Yeah, so there's another 30-something chests in there, I guess, that we didn't check. So, yeah, I'm guessing it's probably in there. So,
yeah, and I mean, you did also skip a bunch of chests. Scott in C, you didn't. Neither of you opened really any boxes in. Ali opened more chests in Volcano than you did, but I don't think he found anything of value. So, like, yeah, it's one of those things. Like, there were a lot of places.
If there wasn't this black belt, this would have been a very long seed.
Mm-hmm.
One
Well,
Punch Man brings it through.
I
Congratulations.
knew we had to see some black belts in this tournament. I was bound and determined to make it happen.
And Ali was very cooperative in getting. Yeah, it looks like at this point he's basically just like not going to bother running things. And just see if he can. Like, this might work out for him if he can, survive water.
Well, water floor was highly unpleasant between the waters that we know are terrible and those packs of snakes and scorpions and trolls.
Well, he got a act first chance on the first seafood pack he found. So doesn't get it on the second. But he gets away. Like, he might be able to make this happen. Because he's got enough potions to heal up after cracking Tia 2. And he gets a very friendly run. No, Ali, you know that this is bad. Thank you. Alright, so he might be able to make this happen on this dot. Going solo black belt from, like, the Luke slab on. Knocking on wood.
That's what a black belt does.
The black belt is kind of just knocking on wood.
Yeah, he gets through with taking very little damage too, so that's gonna that plays in his favor. He's got plenty of heal potions if he can just get out of fights. Speaking of fights, oh god.
No.
I didn't realize how spicy these worms were, but
Evade. Survival.
oh, I was like 2 seconds behind you on that one shift.
Yeah, that was. I was clinched for that.
Well, okay, so fortunately he has all of these potions.
I was just about to say how he had more heal potions than you did, Syraniss, after that floor. But so
I think he still has more heal potions than Syraniss did going into the Tia fight, if we're being honest.
It really was a very good steep by you, Syraniss. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you again. It felt slow to me, but looking back at the seed, it was kind of nasty.
I mean, the biggest wound was self-inflicted with this team, but you made it work.
Yeah, alright, he is through Tia 2. Probably about to chug the rest of his heal potions and pray that he doesn't see anything else nasty chaos. And he should have this in the bank. We know that chaos is punchy, and he's going to defense up, so immediately finds the iron golem.
And he gets 42.
That's 42.
Okay, he's fine.
Very last heal. Oh no.
He gets away from the worms. Oh, come on, Kev, you can do it! Alright! He's through. Yeah, this is going to be a mop-up job. Because it's...
Oh no. No crits. We need no crits from Chaos today.
Yeah, he's going to... Yeah, this is a little bit dicey.
463. Another 435 takes him to 898. 521 more is 1419. There we go. 10 hits, 631.
Yeah.
Chaos is terminated on Ali's side.
Ah,
Congratulations.
yeah, that's an official SRL time of 2 hours and 14 seconds. So, get those GGs in chat for Ali.
And that was quite the Temple of Fiends Revisited for Ali.
Yeah, that is just a gentle reminder of the power of a black belt. Alright, Ali's going to join us in a couple of minutes, so...
I was really clinching it for him there at the end. A couple of those fights, he got super low on that black.
Just at what, 22, 24 or something?
What was that? What was the 22, 24?
Oh, his final HP.
Oh, yeah, he was down in the 20s. Speaking of him, hey, Ali, I'm assuming that was you who just came into the booth. And who we
Welcome,
cannot hear at
Ali
the moment.
And Chi-Chi.
There you are.
Sorry, I'm here. I just had to put sound.
No,
So
that's
this question,
fine.
where was the floater?
We have no idea. It was loose. That's all we know. No, we have absolutely no idea where the floater was. Syraniss, didn't... Syraniss didn't even go to Ice Cave. Or Marsh Cave, obviously. Yeah, no, you both of you basically hit your go modes, and then it was just like, well, I'm not going to bother checking any more chests, and so no one found the floater. Statistically, it's probably in Mirage or Sky, but y'all skipped a good number of chests in Sea, skipped all the chests in Earth, basically. So yeah, there's a lot of ground that could have been covered. I think y'all also skipped a decent number of chests in Volcano. So, yeah.
It was, yeah. This was going to be floaterless. Even if somebody tried to find the floater, it was going to be floaterless.
Yeah. So that means we also didn't see a Mazda anywhere. No one saw Power Bonk. You saw at least the Opal bracelet.
Yeah, where
Which-
was? I don't remember where it was. Was it from the? Wait, was it? I don't remember where it was.
It was in Floater Chest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was an ice cave.
Just because I was like hoping floater might like just speed up a bit, and at worst I get like maybe I get unlucky and I could have gotten like some, I don't know what the what's it called, the hammer.
Thor's hammer.
But that was the one thing I.
Yeah.
Hey.
I mean, you at least found our 3-eye grind tile, which that probably gave you a little bit of experience. So, in spite of taking two very different approaches to the seed, you and Syraniss entered Topher with basically the same level of black belt. The main difference is his black mage had the good graces to live long enough to contribute.
yeah, I was hoping I could get there. I wasn't sure, and like, you know what? Like, hey, I already lost, so like, it was not really that bad of a track. Just know what? I think I can do it. I can finish this seed.
Oh,
And, yeah, it was like I got fruit at the end, but that was that was a.
yeah. You when you go back, if you go back and watch the VOD, I'm sure reaction to like the last 3 floors, because we knew what Kraken and Tiamat could do. But yeah, no, we were pulling for you from basically you getting stun locked by the Gurmedusas on. But yeah, no, you really the biggest thing that cost you was that marsh dive, and was that just because you figured Syraniss wasn't going to dive marsh, and so like if value was there, it would give you.
Yeah, I mean that's always the one thing. That's the one thing I've been like that. It's like going to a place and like sticking to the plan, hoping that there's something there, and like it didn't pay off this time. But you know what? I would still do this. It's just I don't know how many times I got lit tree to by those waters, and I was like, because at first I think they didn't ambush me, so I was like maybe I got unlucky. But after that, they were always ambushing me, so I just like picked the purring, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah. So real quick, because we also told Syraniss this, Darren Dries went ahead and checked the first 4 levels of white magic for this seed. Do you want to know what you missed out on by doing the double thief thing for some god awful reason?
Oh no! I mean that white magic is not something I really value in this.
Level 1 white magic was Cure 4, Life 2, and Heal 3. Invis 2 was at level 2, Wall was at level 3, and you had Life and Soft at level 4.
The only thing missing was Fade.
This was the seed to bring a white mage for. Is what we're trying to say. And you two managed to not bring a white mage. So, okay, actually though, bringing up the double thief thing, was that basically just a, I'm going to force you to do a 2-man strat?
Yeah,
against
pretty much. I
Syraniss?
mean, I know I haven't played this much, so I knew I felt more confident with 2-man strats. So that's pretty much why I chose that. I didn't know a lot about Syraniss, and I was like, pretty much know what can I do, what I feel are my strengths, and I felt it was that.
Yeah, Syraniss.
All you can really do is play to your strengths, right?
Yeah, Syraniss, I know that you've been doing a little bit of Iron Goal. Has the 2-man thing come up in much in your Iron Goal matches, or just like you've been you've done 2-man for other reasons?
I've done a few practice seeds 2-man, and I did a Chaos Rush Iron Goal match the other day that I 2-man.
Certainly made the seed very exciting, especially at the end of both runs. Because every single moment in those Temples of Fiends was just just incredibly frightening.
Yeah, and Kraken floor for both of you was also exhilarating. Ali, you had your black belt left standing to deal with Kraken. Syraniss had to clear Kraken floor with just his black belt.
Black mage.
Black mage.
Oh wait, Syraniss finished with only a black mage?
For Sea Shrine. He had his black belt and black mage up going into chaos. Which the black that incredibly brutal hit that you took in the first round against chaos, Syraniss's black mage was willing to take that hit instead. So he had a slightly less tense chaos fight. The second time around, he actually wiped the first time because he got there with just the black belt.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was down to my black mage, and I felt that I don't feel confident enough to like use Braxtrax. But like we had the defensor, and when you have the defensor and you have like to have evade, like you can pretty much kill anything.
Yeah. Yeah. So Syraniss, how about that Brack luck, incidentally?
My Brack luck was terrible against Kraken, but it paid off for itself when we got to Tiamat.
Yeah. That first round Brack made up a little bit for, 5 casts of Brack, none of which landed?
Yeah, it was 4 or 5, and then a couple of low roll nukes, and then just pray and throw that quad axe.
Luckily, Kraken didn't do too much in the... Actually, neither Kraken had much in the way of HP. But there was no Brack in the Kraken today.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate, but, sometimes these things just happen. Alright, I think we should probably go ahead and let Randomania have their channel back. Let's get some final thoughts from everyone. Ali, you're alphabetically first.
Know what? It was fun. Like honestly, I can't wait for next week. I don't know what we'll play next week. It will be interesting, and honestly, that's a good practice for even though like the NX Advice place won't be the same. It's still good practice for next.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things. Like outside of that March play, you definitely showed off. That you are an old hand at this, and I'm looking forward to once you knock the rust off, what you can do. Syraniss, what about you?
Oh no, it was a fantastic race. I had a great time, and I'm really looking forward to the draws on Monday to see who our next opponents are.
All right. Yeah. Good luck in the 1-0 bracket. You know what you're going to be dealing with in the 0 bracket.
I do. There's
again,
no pushovers in this tournament.
Yeah, but it is one of those things where I'm looking forward to seeing that 1-0 bracket. It's going to be vicious. Shift, since this is your first outing as a commentator, how you feeling?
Oh, it was... I had a really great time, and I appreciated being able to join you on the mic tonight. Very exciting seed, some exciting fights. And really appreciate our whole team with the 2 trackers and then amazing runners. Had a great time. How was it for you, Walt?
I think this was a pretty fun time. The seed was interesting. I think this is the first time I've ever actually gotten to call a floaterless seed. And like this one was, it wasn't even floaterless in the sense of like, oh, you could have gone without the floater. It was, yeah, no one saw the floater. We didn't need to. Which that's just fun. So those of you who tuned in to watch this, thanks for watching. And when you watch this on the VOD later, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. I mean, what?
I think you're on the wrong service here. Oh wait, no, that is YouTube.
Yeah, no, this is going to go to YouTube eventually.
Going there eventually.
And you YouTube fans better listen to what the incredibly handsome man with the voice very different from mine said. Anyway, yeah, I think that'll do it for us. So thanks to Fizzlebeef for picking up the restream at the last minute. Thanks to Randomania for, as always, providing us with a platform for our silliness. No apologies for the puns. Y'all will never get an apology for the puns. So, good night, good fight.
Unapologetically, and appreciate all the watchers and the channel for providing us this chance. Have a wonderful night, everyone.
Yeah.